space where we are definitely trying to take a little bit of Thailand back with us so that we can have those great moments. So I will let you know that the other day I literally made my famous Thai noodles that I learned how to make from scratch the last time I went to Thailand. And that was about 6 years ago when I took my son with me. So about 2018, 2019, when I went to Thailand with him and he was 15. And we did a cooking class and I learned how to make my famous Thai noodles, okay? My green curry and my red curry um, rice noodles from scratch. So you definitely will start to take some things back. And if you're traveling and not really experiencing those things, then you're traveling wrong. You can't be tired when you get back. You need to be refreshed when you get back. And so Thailand is one of those easy trips, super affordable, right? But you're able to get a lot in and you're able to take a lot back. For those of you who don't know who I am, I'm your girl Paula Marie, aka Black Girls Do Pilates Too, and I'm also the CEO of Reset Travel. I customize and curate retreats for Black women to be able to travel all over this world, to be able to reset, refresh, renew, reinvigorate, like all the reads, okay? We're doing all the reads. Okay. If you have not gone on any of my trips or if you are not on my email list, I also curate a bi weekly wellness newsletter. So if you're interested in getting rejuvenated and reaffirmed and have some suggestions on how to power through this thing called life, and you would like a wellness newsletter that is specifically curated for you as a Black woman, then definitely follow the link that is scrolling underneath and get on my reset list. All right, get on my reset list. All right, so let's get started because I want to be very respectful of your time. So let's get into Thailand. I've already talked about the why and I've already talked about the where. Now, I want to go back to the three locations that we're going to be at, which is Bangkok, Chiang Mai, and Phuket. Now, as I stated, I've been to Thailand before, but I have only been to Bangkok and Phuket. I am so excited to go to Chiang Mai. And the reason why I'm excited about that is because it's important to be able to find different pockets of of Thailand to be able to really dive into like who you are. Now we're going to experience some culture everywhere we go, but Bangkok is where we get to a lot of the history and the culture of Bangkok. So it's kind of like let's step our feet on the ground, let's get acclimated to who we are. We will be there for 3 nights. We'll be in Bangkok for 3 nights, and there is a free day and night for you to explore. There will be a free day and night at each of these locations for you to explore because the itinerary is just loosely based off of my vision of what I curate. But I want you to dive into some things that are interesting to you that you can bring back. So you will have a day and night to yourself. And that could simply be the rest. That could be to explore. All right. So Bangkok is where we step into the history. Now we are flying from Bangkok to Chiang Mai, and your domestic flight from Bangkok to Chiang Mai is included in this rate. I want to tell you that. So your domestic flights is included from Bangkok to Chiang Mai. Now Chiang Mai is where we really dive into the retreat of it all. This is where we get the hotel. When I break down the itinerary and show you where we're staying, your mouth is going to open. The hotel is nothing but tranquility, nothing but luxury, nothing but decadence. But then you're able to explore with and get really comfortable with like the aesthetics of it all, the hills, the rivers, the mountains. It's just beautiful there. So we've got some amazing photo ops there as well for photo shoots because baby, we got to document our trips while we travel. And you know, if you travel with me, we're always going to have great photo ops. So now let's fly from Chiang Mai to Phuket. When we fly from Chiang Mai to Phuket, again, your flight is included. Phuket is where we get into a little bit of the party of it all, right? We get to really relax a little bit because now that we've been to Bangkok and we've explored the history and the culture, now that we've flown over to Chiang Mai, we've really gotten into the retreat and the reset of it all, and we can catch our breaths again. Now, with our renewed selves, we can travel on over to Phuket and we can really like indulge in who our new normal is because you want to create a new normal when you are in these retreats. So let's dive into the itinerary day by day so that you can really see where we are and how we're moving. So double occupancy is 2839. That is 2839 for double occupancy and 3880 for single occupancy. Now, I only have one of each left. So there's only one double occupancy and one single occupancy left. So I want to make sure that you are aware of that. And this is to go to all three locations, Bangkok, Chiang Mai, and Phuket. Yeah, let's dive into this itinerary. So, as I said, it is 10 days. We'll be at each location for 3 nights, and your breakfast is included in each day, and some lunch and dinners are included. Let's get into it. So, as we travel into Bangkok and Chiang Mai, I want to just go over the locations of where we're staying. So, I'm going to hold on, let me see if I can open this up in another screen for you. There we go. So opening this up in another screen, I want you to see it. So we are staying in a private villa in Bangkok. So the hotel has private villas. Everyone will have their private rooms. If you are a double occupancy, you will have your private. Singles will have their private. The reason I like this space is because it gives us an opportunity to be able to connect with each other and really learn each other as we get their boots on the ground. So you see the bedrooms are beautifully laid out. Everybody has their private bath as well. And there's multiple levels. So even though we're staying in a villa, we're not on top of each other. We still have privacy. I love this villa. I fell in love with it like years ago. So I'm excited to be able to actually stay in this villa in Bangkok. Now, this particular villa also has a plunge pool available. So it has a plunge pool available. And I'm excited about the plunge pool. Let me see. Now, I want to go to the next location. I'm going to copy and paste that in. And I want to make sure you can see it. Hold on. I just want to make sure you can see it. There it is. Okay. I just want to make sure you can see it. So this is our location in Chiang Mai. It is a retreat in and of itself. The hotel is nothing but pockets of a retreat. You can see that we're overlooking the water, we're overlooking the mountains, we're overlooking the greenery. The rooms are beautifully set. I made sure that I picked a specific style room so that everybody has an amazing balcony view. I want you to have lots of space to be able to move through. I want your room to be a retreat within and of itself. So that's important to me that you have that space. Look at that, y'all. Tons of just beautiful architecture where the nature is woven into the landscape of it. This is nothing but decadence and serenity. And I want you to surrender to the things that you are working through. And I also want you to surrender to the locations of where you are. Nothing but greenery, nothing but water, nothing but just architecture of the natural landscape woven in. I'm excited. This hotel is nothing but look at that. Look at that. Breakfast is included every morning. We will be out in our day to day, moving about, special excursions. So I want you to. A lot of people get caught up in 3 meals a day, and what I tell people all the time is, don't get caught up in your 3 meals a day because we're going to be in these streets. Okay, because we're going to be in these streets, you're going to miss some meals at the hotel because we're going to be out and about. So I want to make sure that you have that experience as well. So now we're going to our final location, which is in Phuket. I love Phuket. Phuket is a lot of fun. I can't wait to share that space with you all. So we're at the Diamond Cliff Resort, and it's right by the water. And it's accessible. You can see that it's not as hidden as we are in Chiang Mai. We are really able to move around a lot. Beautiful resort, beautiful, absolutely gorgeous property. So you can see they have a beautiful buffet breakfast. My eyes went directly to the fresh juice and the fresh fruits. Because when I travel overseas, that's what I enjoy is the fresh fruits and the fresh juice of it all. Also, the thing that I really love about Asian culture is the hospitality, the attention to details, in how the food is presented, how your room is kept, the property and the grounds. I just love like the attention to detail. It puts you in the right frame of mind to be able to come back to your day to day and be like, listen, I gotta move different. I gotta change some things. But this property also has all the properties have a spa. So you can always enjoy a spa treatment. Always enjoy spa treatment. Look how huge that gym is, and not like a tiny little room either. So for those of you that want to move around, but I'll tell you that our itinerary has a lot of rocking and rolling, moving and shaking. So we have that accessible to us. So I'm not sure if you're going to want to hit the gym, but baby, if you do, it's there. It's there. Now, the room type that I selected from you definitely has a view, definitely has a balcony. Every room that I have has a balcony because I love a balcony. So because I love a balcony, baby, you're gonna get what I love. Beautifully curated rooms. Just lots of pockets here where you can find some calm, some zen, right? And you can reset after a day of exploring Phuket. Yeah. So that is our itinerary. That's where we're going to be, boots on the ground. I'm excited about that. I want to make sure that wherever we are and wherever we're staying, we are feeling the luxuriousness, the decadence of it, the intentionality of being in a space that is going to allow you every day to decompress. Because there's nothing worse than moving all day and not being able to decompress. And even if you are in double occupancy, the rooms are big enough so that you can do that. So, included every day is your daily breakfast, your airfare, domestic round trips from Bangkok Airport onto the private location, round trip transfers from Chiang Mai and Phuket to each of the private locations that we're staying at. Your Bangkok city tour, because remember, Bangkok is where we get some culture and some history, with the Royal Grand Palace, the reclining Buddha, the Golden Buddha, and the Wat Arun on private basis with a guide, an English speaking guide. In Chiang Mai, we have a city tour that's included as well with the Wat Phra and the Doi Supet on private basis with a private English speaking guide. And we also have the Kontok, I think I'm saying this right, Kontoke dinner with private transfers to and from. All tours have a air conditioned accommodations back and forth with an English speaking guide, and then all of your applicable taxes are included. So let's get into the itinerary on day one. When we arrive, I will be giving you a date and time to arrive because we are traveling internationally. So be aware that we will have to leave a day before to arrive on the 20th. Okay. Your round trip transfers to and from the hotel are based within a certain time. And I want to preface that if you choose a flight that arrives outside of that time, you will be responsible for your own transfer to the hotel. However, I will suggest the airfare that you should take in order to get there at the time to arrive within an hour to 2 hour time frame of each other, because people will be coming from different parts of the US. So I will always suggest your airfare. However, I don't purchase your airfare to the location and from the location of Thailand just based off of personal preferences. I found that sometimes people want a they want to fly a certain airline. They need a certain type of seat. They need to sit in a certain section of the plane. And so I don't really get into those gray areas because it becomes a lot of work. However, if there is anyone that wants me to plan their air flights for them and purchase them for them, that can be arranged, but that is outside of this package. So I just want to let you know it's absolutely available to you, but it's outside of this package. So we will discuss that a little bit further. Our stay, we've already went through the hotel of where we'll be staying at the Shan's Villa, and we're not staying in the hotel. They have a hotel and they have the villas. We actually have reserved the villas, okay? And so your day one is just arriving and becoming acclimated to your environment, transfers, jet lag, all the things, right? Now, there are some things that you can do on day one if you want. You can have an additional city tour, and I'll get into that later on day one for dinner. But day one is basically on your own. Everybody's arriving at different times. We're just really just getting acclimated. Day two is when we start our tour. So we will have the Bangkok Royal Grand Palace and City Temple tour, and we will stay the night in Bangkok. Day three is your free day. Now remember, I told you there's always a free day for excursions. There's the optional floating market tour, and then you can also do some other things as well. So that is totally up to you how you want to do that. Okay. Day four is a travel day. We will be traveling from Bangkok to Chiang Mai, and that flight is included in your package. When we get to Chiang Mai, we are staying at the Pan Viman Chiang Mai Spa Resort. We've already reviewed that property, and I will tell you that that is a travel day. So we will be traveling and we will be relaxing for our day two in Chiang Mai. Day 5, we will have the Chiang Mai City tour, and then we have dinner. So that day we have breakfast and we have dinner that's included. We will always have the option to grab something to eat during the city tour as well. Day 6 is a free day of excursions, and you can pick a plethora of excursions. Whatever it is that you want, you can pick those excursions there. Alrighty. Our stay is going to be, then we fly to Phuket, and our stay is at the Diamond Cliff Resort and Spa. And again, just like the other travel days, this is a travel day to get acclimated to your new surroundings and all the things. Day 8 is a free day for excursions and dinner. You have the day free to do all the things that you want to do in Phuket. But that night, we will be going to Culture Lounge and Bar, which is a Black owned soul food restaurant in Phuket. I've already talked to the owner. He's excited to have us there. And so I'm excited to just partake in some soul food over in Thailand, but also to support a Black business as well. So that's where we will be on day 8. And then day 9 is optional, but we will be at the Yona Floating Beach Club. This is a beach club that floats on the water, nothing but party vibes, nothing but decadence, nothing but all of that. Now, this again is optional per person, but if you do so choose to be a part of that, please know and understand that that is in addition to your package. As any of the other optional tours, they are additional to your package. And then we depart Phuket to go back to Bangkok, and then you will be flying off back home, taking some of Thailand back with you. It is a full 10-day immersive experience. Now, I want to talk about some of the optional things that you can do. So, as I stated in day 1, you do have the option to do Bus-Durant. Bus-Durant is a bus tour that travels around Bangkok and serves a 5-star dinner. So you do have the option for that on day 1 when you land into Bangkok and check into your hotel. If you want to see and explore a little bit of Bangkok, this is what that looks like. And so then on day 2, after our city tours of Bangkok, there is a club, an Afro Beats club. It is a Black owned establishment. It's called Club Bafros. You have the option to travel there. Whatever the entry fee is, I'm not sure what that is. Transportation too, all of that is on your own while you're there. But I will tell you that finding transportation in Thailand is super easy. So it's not a difficult thing at all. Once we get to, excuse me, Chiang Mai, I definitely highly recommend that you go to the Night Bazaar, which is at Lana Square. There's no fee, but this is where you can buy all types of souvenirs. You can explore different types of foods. You can get handcrafted items. This is where they have live entertainment, food courts, all the things. So it is definitely an experience. And like I said, it's free to get to enter the bazaar. So you definitely want to experience that one night while we're in Chiang Mai. And then also in Chiang Mai, on the last day there, you have the option to visit the elephant sanctuary. This is where you can observe the elephants that are free from any type of abuse. And it also includes a Thai buffet lunch. So as I'm saying, a lot of our excursions include a meal which is why we only have breakfast included every day. And then while you're exploring or you're on different excursions, your lunch and your dinner may be included. You also can do the elephant sanctuary and the sticky waterfall. Now, I'm doing the sticky waterfall. And the reason why is because the sticky waterfall, the most times rocks are super slippery when on a waterfall or when they're submerged in water. But there's something in the water of the sticky waterfall that makes the rocks very tacky and sticky, so they're not slippery at all. Now, I like water. I like water, so I'm gonna do the sticky waterfall solo. You have the day of the ATVs. Now, you can't do all these things, but I'm giving you some options to pick one for day 6. You have that option for one on day 6, okay? And then you can also do a cooking class on day 6. You can also do the sticky waterfall and the ATVs. Now, this is me all day. This has everything I want to do. Okay. So this is where I'm going to be on day 6, participating in that. And then they also have the Dantawada waterfalls and sticky waterfalls. The first waterfall is more of a photo op. So beautiful, beautiful location to be able to do a lot of photos there. And of course, it has the sticky waterfalls where you can get down and dirty. And then on day 7 in Bangkok, they have the Korankang photo cafe, which is another photo op. It is an opportunity it's beautiful. This cafe, they have tons of cafes in in Thailand. The purpose of the cafes is to maybe order a tea, but they're beautifully decorated so that you can have a very robust photo op experience. This one is the walls are covered, the ceilings are covered in flowers. So it is a highly, it's also known as the Rose Cafe, and it is highly recommended when you're in Phuket to go to this location. There's also another photo op on day 9, which is Maduba Cafe. And as you can see, it has huge lily pads, and you have the option to do your photos there. You have to schedule that, and that is also an optional photo. And then if you want to just do an elephant photo shoot, you have that option too. So I have curated a ton of different optional activities for you so that you can have the experience that you want to have while you're there, or do nothing at all. It is totally up to you. But this is a fully immersive experience where I'm curating about 70% of the trip and you're curating 30% of the trip based off of the activities that you choose to do or not do, right? So, and there are other opportunities for you to do other things as well. So, if there are items that you said, hey, I saw this in Chiang Mai and I want to explore that, I can always look those items up for you. That's where the pre planning comes in of the trip. Now, we are so close to Thailand. We are leaving June the 19th. We will be there for 10 days. Please note that everything must be paid by April the 15th. Everything, everything. So, if this is a trip that you are interested in, you have 4 payments, 4 months to make your payments. Your payments can be broken up into 4 monthly payments in order to get this done, right? And also, I want you to think about the other ways that you can pay for this trip. So let's just talk about it. You can always, always, always use your Klarna, your Affirm, and your Afterpay if you have availability to those items as well. And you can also use a payment plan for your airfare as well. You can use all of those to pay for your airfare. This is something that I suggest because sometimes paying for the trip and the airfare at one time can be overwhelming. Your main priority is to pay for your trip, but also right now to be able to secure your airfare while the rates are lower. The closer we get to this June 19th payment date of flying out, is the more expensive your flights will become. So I will work with you on the different options of how to make those payments. If you have additional questions about that, feel free to reach out to me and let me know. Your first line of defense, though, if you are not on my email list, is to click the link that is scrolling underneath me and make sure that you are on my email list. When you go to that link, you're going to place your name and your email, and then you're going to check off all of the trips that are listed there that you're interested in. What that does is it places you on a wait list so that when those trips become live, you are the first to receive information and discounts on those particular trips. So make sure to click this link if you're not on my email list already, and make sure to place yourselves on my email list. All right, that's it. And that's all I got for you. If you are interested, let me know. Send me a message and I will definitely send you the booking link. Or if you're on my email list, you already have the booking link. Okay. I'm very, very cognizant of not sharing my information to the world. I only share my information to those that are intentional and really want that information. So if you give me your email list, that lets me know you're intentional and that you want more information about this trip and some of our upcoming trips that we have coming up. Listen, that's it. I did an amazing job at keeping this under 35 minutes. It's your girl, Paula Marie, aka Black Girls Do Pilates Too, and the CEO of Reset Travel. And we just went through the complete itinerary of Thailand 2026, June the 20th through the 30th, 2026. Again, if you have questions, let me know, but make sure you click the link that is scrolling at the bottom of the screen to get on my email list. Alrighty, it's your girl Paula Marie. Hope you have an amazing day, and I can't wait to see you on one of our resets really soon. Alrighty, peace.